Hi Miss Richie, kumusta? I'm going to make a video of explaining the different locations of my dream map titled Tagipnep. And I'm here because I want to show one of the places I actually dreamt about. So here it is. And I'll be explaining it over a few more, so I hope you enjoy po. So, just to give a little bit of a background of the art piece that I made, it's made of an old door that I found around the neighborhood, and I used Taal ash as my medium and also Gao Gao so that I could make like somewhat of a paint of it. The reason why I chose Taal ash is to represent that something from inside the earth could actually represent something inside of you, kind of something like that. And the first one here is the tower. It shows a tall square building, a quadrilateral building, and inside of it, it's quite interesting because although it is abandoned and there are lots of old things inside, it's kind of like an old sanitarium. So it's one of the scariest places that I often, unfortunately, would go to in my dreams. The next one, which I really like, is the mountains. And fortunately, in the mountains, we have here something that I could easily relate to because I grew up in the mountains, but the mountains in my dreams look very, very different. Surprisingly, it is extremely similar to Tarao Cliff, almost the same one in my dream, which is found in El Nido. The pit is just a simple hole on the ground. I always see it in my dream as like an entrance to the next part of my dream. Its purpose is simply like an entrance, almost something like I would find just to run away from something, usually running away from certain monsters. So the pit would always appear there. And when you go into the pit, you would go to my favorite place, which is the waterways. The waterways is a sewer like system, but the water, of course, is extremely clean, and inside it, there would be caverns and beautiful tunnels made with different kinds of fish. I've always loved this part because this part I would see the most interesting, the most absurd things relating to water things like fish and so on. Okay. After that, once you get out of it again, you would go to a city very similar to the city of Atlantis. In the picture, it's the best that I could find to represent it. But of course, all the pictures that I used to talk about these different locations in my dreams are not entirely the same. I'm just looking for the closest image as I could. And going back to the city, the city is a part where everything has a roadway. It's almost like a waterway where people can travel, and everything just travels by water. Okay. The next one here would be the baths. For some reason, every time I dream about bathrooms, not like Turkish baths or anything, but different kinds of bathrooms. There have been many times that I dreamt of going to a bathroom, and later in years, I would actually discover that bathroom that I saw in my dream. One example would be that beautiful bathroom, that beautiful powder room, let's say, in Pinto Art Gallery. And I just remember clearly in my dream that I saw the same design, the same style of artwork done with that bathroom. Yes, kind of weird, but it's what I see in my dreams all the time. Okay. The next one here is actually not something that is often that I visit, but I remember very distinctly that it is always there. It is a labyrinth that is moss covered, and it's not like the labyrinth that we would see, for example, in old myths, but rather a more surreal or a more geometric. Well, it is after all geometric, but kind of like in my own style, how my mind would create it. The last one, which is actually very interesting, is my fear. I do a lot of swimming and I enjoy the sea, but I am extremely afraid of the sea. And here it symbolizes my fear and also my braveness, basically, to go towards the unknown. And I showed here in the picture, actually, it's taken using my phone because for some reason, I actually ended up where I ended up. The last picture here, which is my representation for fear, I am actually staying in it right now. And in the last picture, and also at the beginning of this video, I showed you how exactly it would look like in my dream. It is vast, it is with uh, weird rock formations that I have never seen ever in my life until I came here. So I think that the fear in my dream at the time before I even came to this place actually represented what was going to be something that I would be coming to. So, in a way, it's almost like overcoming your fear or actually encountering your fear and then accepting it. So, overall, thank you very much. That is all about the different locations of my dream map, which I think I would improve on more, explore on more in the next years to come. Thank you.